All right, don't get angry. I had to jump in on this, okay? Now, this was posted on the 22nd of January of 2025, where Sam Seder gets in a heated argument with one of his subscribers, suggesting that he honestly engaged with Trump voters. Well, yeah, you got to talk to people. I mean, I've had on my show libertarians. I've had only one Republican come on our show now, so we only had one. We only had one right now. He crossed that Rubicon. I've talked to a lot of people who I agree with and those who I disagree with, and you have to have honest engagement. And no, I will not sit here and promise you rainbows and sunshines and dancing and unicorns and everybody singing kumbaya. That's never going to happen. No, no, that's a fool's dream. Okay, it's somebody who's disturbed. But maybe we can all agree on many things. And what I found out is that there's a lot of people on the left and the right that agree on Medicare for all, you know, ending the wars, stopping politicians from doing insider trading. I like to stop insider trading, and there's a lot of people across the political spectrum that are for that. And it's easy if you build yourself a platform up and you get, have a large channel and you're pretty much well established to where you could sit in your tower and be like, no, I don't believe that. I believe in engaging with people. I believe in speaking with people. And I found this to be rather hilarious. Don't worry, folks. It's only under a minute. But this is not how you build bridges. And this is somebody who's clearly suffering from Trump derangement syndrome.
The bestest leftist. Pick your battle sounds familiar. Actually, a lot of what many lefty YouTube's podcasters have been calling for these last weeks. Sounds a lot like what Cenk has been calling for. We can't take the power back without talking to Trump voters and making them realize their mistake. Well, wait.
Oh, jeez. And first of all, again, in regards to TYT, sorry. In regards to TYT, they're able to read the environment. I'll give them that. But they're like, oh my goodness, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years late to that now. You have to engage. You have to engage with the other side. I like to talk with people. I'm not going to change people's minds because I don't believe in that. But I can make them maybe see my perspective, my point of view. Okay? But you have to have engagement. You just can't be in a bubble. All right? Nothing's going to get done. If people agree, for example, getting money out of politics, stopping politicians from doing insider trading, I will work with everyone to stop that because these politicians have gold-plated healthcare, earning a six-figure salary, and the reason why they're able to do all of this is because they successfully managed to trick all of us to fighting and hating each other. We should hate these politicians because if any one of you, and I don't care what state you live in, what generation you're part of, if any of you even did a fraction of what these politicians did for insider trade, you'll never see the light of day ever again.
It's a lot like what Cenk has been calling for. We can't take the power back without talking to Trump voters and making them realize their mistake. Well, wait.
So let's pander to them first.
Pick your battles doesn't have anything to do with talking to Trump voters or not.
Or flattering false
You've just decided to make some weird connection there. We can't take the power back without talking to Trump voters and making them realize their mistake. Actually, no, we can't.
No, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's just going to cause people to go back and forth and hate each other more and more and more. And I'm seeing it on X. I'm seeing it on Facebook, seeing it on the YouTubes. This is beyond stupid. There are more thought-provoking stories in world wrestling and conflict resolution than what we're seeing here in real life, okay? I am tired of saying, oh, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Okay, great. Everyone's calling each other an idiot, all while the politicians are laughing at you. They've convinced you to hate your neighbor, your family members, your friends. Can you imagine breaking a friendship over politics? Can you imagine breaking up with family over politics? Politics? Those bastards who live in the swamp? All the while they're making our lives miserable? Wake up to the fact that that's what they want you to do. And yes, I know I laughed at a lot of the diehard vote blue, no matter who, people crying because Trump won. Well, of course. All right. Because this is the madness. And you have snowflakes on the right, too. Everyone needs to get over themselves. The bigger picture is this. The machine is still the same. You're still getting screwed up the wazoo. But who says it has to remain this way over and over again? I mean, that's the beauty of the internet, because you could write down, I don't like these politicians doing this and this and this. And you'll see somebody who's not aligned with you say, hey, I don't like them either. And then you'll have other people saying, you don't like those politicians either. And then we all work together. But there's always a tried and true classic of corporate media and even larger channels too, saying, no, we could talk down to them. You could talk down. No, I don't like talking down to people. I don't like yelling at people. I don't like doing that. We got to work together, and everyone needs to get over the fact that your favorite team, Team Blue and Team Red, Democrats and Republicans, they don't work for you. They work for their owners. I mean, corporate donors.
You've just decided to make some weird connection there. We can't take the power back without talking to Trump voters and making them realize their mistake. Actually, no, we can't. There's millions and millions of other people who need to be motivated to get into the fight.
Bad cookies. Get up. Go see the White House counselor. You wrote, don't say Alexa negative, Kit. Paul Pelosi pays actually gets screwed up the wazoo. What?
Making them realize their mistake. Actually, no, we can't. There's millions and millions of other people who need to be motivated to get into the fight.
Is that I am coming from the Polymarket Studios?
Insulting them and lumping them all together as the worst among them doesn't help either. I don't know when we have done that with all 78 million people, but I got news for you. The percentage of those who voted for Mitt Romney, they can suck my dick. I don't care about any of that. Like, I don't care about any of that.
All right. Such a classy guy. Classy guy. A Coca-Cola classy guy. Look, there's something to take away from that, and that is, I do respect what the first iteration of independent media has done. It caused the opening and sharing of ideas, but then there's that form of laziness that happens. Form of laziness of, I'm going to do what corporate media does by calling the other side morons. That doesn't fix anything. The internet is a device, a platform in which we can get things done. And so far right now, the internet's being used to divide us, just like how traditional media has done before in the past. Right. And it's all part of a plan to keep you in your bubble and you in your bubble, for you to hate your neighbors, to dissociate with your friends and family, and then you just be a good old lonely drone. Loneliness is a huge problem here in this country. And it doesn't have to be that way. But yet, I can be critical of a politician and separate the politician from the voters. I think Hardlands Media has made it very clear that a lot of Americans are unfortunately hypnotized or still believing the tried and true method of electoral politics, and that somehow their team is going to help them out. I get it. There's a familiarity towards it. And have I been very critical of that system? Absolutely. But then here's where all of us come in. And it requires all of us to take that arduous step forward and maybe speaking to people. We've lost the art of conversation. And no, you will not be successful. Not all the time. Not every time. To reach out, to speak to another, and maybe have them realize, hey, whoa, we are being screwed over by these two-party politicians. And the thing is, this is where the protesters, the activists, you've got to change your tactics. Yes, disrupt the politicians. Absolutely. That's great. The protesting, though, it only goes so far. Citizen ballot initiatives, community organization, and building up third parties and independents. And that's the tough road. It's the hard work. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't want to do that. But that's what needs to be done, because what is currently being done right now is the talking down to. I know TYT did that in spades, and I'm noticing they're changing their tune. That's great. Okay, fine, changing your tune, but you can't undo the damage that you did 8 years. I mean, you have the internet, everyone at each other's throats still. That's why I'm proud of this community and the diverse community we have here. And I know I'm not going to get everyone to agree with me. That's fine. But there is a problem. It's not your neighbor. It's not the homeless man on the street. It's not your friends or family. It's not your coworker. The problem is the politicians who have failed us for decades. Can you honestly look yourself in the mirror and say, those guys and gals in Washington, D.C. are okay. We can trust them. They know what's up. No. Look at the people of California. You had the entire Democrat leadership not only make sure the reservoirs weren't filled, but I don't know how LA County is ever going to restore itself. Jimmy, Matt Weinglass, Steph, Kim, I hope you guys are safe. I don't know how LA County will ever recover, but the Democrat leadership failed them there. Let's look at what's happening on the East Coast. Politicians failed us there too. Let's look at what's happening in East Palestine, Ohio. Politicians are failing us there too. Let's look at what happened to the people in Lahaina. Oh my God, were they failed? Flint, Michigan still does not have safe, clean drinking water. And hey, folks, I know. Chicago, my hometown, we're the world heavyweight champions of corruption. And you know what I noticed, though? That in every state, in every small town and city, the story's the same. Corrupt politicians, Democrat and Republicans, insider trading. Oh my goodness, they're all doing it. I think we know what the problem is. Cross the Rubicon. I know I say it a lot. Cross the Rubicon. Be bold, be brave. This is how we have to build change. And it starts with you. Otherwise, do you really want to take advice from Sam Cena and be like, let's just talk down to the other? Talk down to the other, because they're not like you. We have a lot more in common than we realize. Imagine the power if we truly did unite.